The Little Princess and the Floating Forest. Chapter 1. The Forest that Vanished. Once upon a time, in the shimmering kingdom of Glimmerland, there lived a little princess named Lila. Princess Lila was only 4 years old, but she was full of curiosity and kindness. She loved to explore the royal gardens, play with butterflies, and listen to bedtime stories told by her nanny, Miss Poppy. One morning, when Lila looked out from her castle window, she noticed something very strange. The emerald forest, which had always stood behind the castle, was gone. The trees, the singing birds, and even the sparkling river that ran through it, everything had disappeared. In their place was only a patch of misty air that shimmered faintly like silver dust.
Miss Poppy, the forest has floated away,
cried Lila, her round eyes wide with wonder. Miss Poppy chuckled softly.
Oh, my sweet princess, forests don't float.
But when they both looked out again, they saw glittering leaves drifting across the sky like green balloons.
It's really floating. We have to get it back,
Lila gasped. Chapter 2. The Sky Path. Lila ran to her toy chest and pulled out her tiny golden crown, the one her fairy godmother had given her. Whenever she wore it, she felt brave and clever, like a real adventurer. She tiptoed down the castle stairs and whispered to the royal stable cat, Whiskers.
Let's go find the floating forest.
Whiskers meowed in agreement, his whiskers twitching excitedly. At the edge of the castle courtyard, Lila saw something shimmering a path made of silver clouds, floating upward into the sky.
It's the sky path. It must lead to the forest,
she said. Taking a deep breath, she stepped onto the first cloud. It felt soft and cool, like stepping on whipped cream. Up, up, up they climbed Lila and Whiskers past sleepy birds, twinkling stars, though it was still morning, and curious balloons floating by. Finally, they reached the floating forest. It was even more beautiful than before. The trees hung in the air, their roots dangling like long ribbons, and tiny waterfalls dripped into the clouds below. But something wasn't right. The leaves were drooping, and the animals looked worried. Chapter 3. The Whispering Trees. Lila walked carefully among the floating tree roots. A family of bunnies hopped to her feet and bowed politely.
Princess Lila, the forest didn't mean to float away. The wind spirit carried us up here because she thought we were unhappy,
said the biggest bunny, whose name was Clover.
Unhappy? But you live in the prettiest forest in the world,
said Lila. The trees rustled softly, and one great oak spoke in a deep, gentle voice.
We loved our home, little princess, but the people stopped visiting us. No one sang to the birds, no one cared for the flowers, and no one listened to our stories anymore. We felt forgotten.
Lila's heart ached. She had been so busy learning how to wave properly and wear fancy dresses that she hadn't visited the forest for weeks.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were lonely,
she said. The oak tree smiled kindly.
You can help us, child. If you can find the wind spirit, perhaps she will let us return.
Chapter 4. The Wind Spirit's Maze. At the heart of the floating forest stood a tall spiral of mist, spinning like a gentle tornado.
That must be where the wind spirit lives,
Lila whispered. She stepped inside. holding Whiskers tightly. The air swirled around her, carrying laughter, whispers, and songs that seemed to come from every direction.
Wind Spirit, please come out. I need to talk to you.
Lila called. A soft voice answered, light as a feather.
Why do you seek me, little princess?
From the swirling mist emerged the Wind Spirit, shimmering with ribbons of air. She had eyes like silver clouds and hair that floated in waves.
You took the forest away. Please bring it back to the ground,
Lila said bravely. The Wind Spirit tilted her head.
I did not mean harm. The forest told me it was forgotten. I thought if it floated high above, perhaps someone would look up and remember.
Lila thought hard.
You're right. Sometimes people forget to notice the beautiful things that are close to them. But I promise we'll never forget again. We'll visit, we'll care for it, and we'll listen to its stories.
The Wind Spirit smiled warmly.
Then you must prove your promise.
How?
Asked Lila.
By giving something of your heart,
said the Spirit. Chapter 5. The Gift of the Crown. Lila looked down at her little golden crown. It wasn't just a toy, it was her favorite thing in the world. But she knew what she had to do. She took off the crown and placed it on the ground before the Wind Spirit.
This crown helps me feel brave, but I think the forest needs it more. Please, let it shine so everyone remembers to love nature again,
she said softly. The Wind Spirit's eyes glimmered with pride.
a true princess gives with her heart.
She blew gently across the crown, and it burst into 1,000 golden leaves that swirled through the air, landing on the forest trees. Instantly, color returned to the leaves. The flowers bloomed brighter, and the birds began to sing once more. The floating forest started to drift downward, slowly, softly, back toward its home on the earth. Chapter 6. The Promise of the Forest. When Lila and Whiskers returned to the castle, everyone was cheering. The Emerald Forest had come back. The king and queen hugged Lila tightly.
What a brave little princess you are,
said the queen. Lila smiled.
The forest wasn't broken. It just needed to be remembered.
From that day on, the royal family and all the townsfolk visited the forest every week. They planted new flowers, painted little wooden signs with kind messages for the animals, and even held concerts where the birds could join in the songs. And as for Lila, she didn't need her golden crown anymore. The trees had given her a new one, made of golden leaves that glowed whenever she laughed. Every night, when she looked out her window, she could see the forest's lights twinkling in the dark, whispering softly in the wind.
Thank you, Princess Lila.
Moral of the story: kindness and care help the world stay beautiful. When we listen and give with our hearts, even forgotten things can bloom again.